Oh, here we go. All right. Ah, I did it! Yes! Yes! Ah, I did it! Oh man, that was really stressful. I apologize for that. I set something up in a different way, and I didn't mean to, and very sorry. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I fully apologize for that. That was like me. So what I accidentally did, I've never done this before. I set this up so that I had to use an encoding software, which I've never ever done before, and I didn't realize it until I was about to hit live, and I hit live and it wouldn't start, and then I realized what was going on. So here I am. I hope that you guys can hear and see me okay. No, Stephen, we were not drinking Woodford through a spiral straw like that. Okay, everything's okay, I hope. Y'all are the best. I'm so sorry that it took me this long to get started, but I think that I did break a little bit of a sweat, Dad. You're not wrong. Neither. It's just I'm a little sweaty, so I'm gonna mess it up a little bit. I guess I don't really know. It's still there. Everything's still there. It's just all kind of slicked back right now because I'm sweaty and yeah. Look like Paul recording the Let It Be album. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Hello, Clifton. Guys, I'm very happy that you all are here. Again, let's just get on with it. I'm ready to drink some bourbon. Thanks, Dad, for holding it all together. I appreciate that. I know Steven's sick. I saw that Jason was in here as well, who was also sick. Big news, Jason and I are going to be doing a real crossover next week where we share some samples that both Monica and Brian sent us. So there you go. The mic in the beard. I don't want fop. I'm a Dapper Dan, man. I had to look, man. You know I've got to fix it a little bit. I apologize. Also, I was trying to set up these new mics that I got, and I didn't quite work out the way that I was hoping for it to. So I saw that the Rarebird 101 is in here, and he asked me if I was out of turkey. I am not. I am not out of turkey because I just had this little old bottle here. Oh yes, and Tammy as well. I'm very sorry. Not getting the feed. Okay. Well, don't know what to do about that. Nope. Figure it out. Anyway, I just, it's been a long few days. I had Whiskey Weekend that I was at, and that was crazy. I'm wearing the Whiskey Weekend shirt right now, thanks to the guys at the podcast. If you heard today's episode, you know that it was a crazy time. And I'm actually starting out with the old podcast Whiskey Weekend Batch 1 glass as well. So, there you go. Oh. Well, that's a way to warm up, I tell you. So, what's been new? What's been going on with me? And like I said, I had Whiskey Weekend this past weekend, which was so much fun, and just being able to hang out with some really incredible people who all shared the love of bourbon that we do and the community. And it's just the best. And I am so thankful for the opportunity to be able to go and be a part of it, to have the memories that I do from it, and I'm already looking forward to next year. I really am. I think that next year's going to be, this year was fantastic. Next year, I think, is going to be even better. So, some stories from that. I've got quite a few. Oh gosh, let's see. We had the world's most inappropriate bus driver. That was fun. He told horrible jokes. Some so bad that he had to apologize before he even told them. So that was a good time. Let's see. Got to try Al Batch 1. Kentucky Al Bourbon Batch 1 for the first time. That was a moment. And having Dixon Dedman in the room, so many good friends, so many good pours, and it just made everything, it made everything perfect. And I think that that's what, that I can say about this weekend is that it was perfect in so many ways. And I really just am, I'm really just so thankful for it. Yeah. Other funny stories, let's see. Oh gosh. Getting to walk through Liquor Barn with our new pal Cletus, who you hear on this week's episode. If you've not yet. Missing out. You are missing out, I will tell you that much. Sorry, just moving things around a little bit. I'm not used to this new interface that I've been thrust into. Whew, okay. The trip to Liquor Barn was insane. I was trying to, I was in the middle of looking at something. Cletus called me over and started talking about food for dessert. And everybody left. So that was a fun time. That, don't know if I'm ever going to be allowed back into Liquor Barn again. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be able to go back there. Probably go back there this weekend. So, there's that. He was not from Kentucky, Joseph. He was from Texas. I said Tennessee. I did say first. I'm sorry. So many nights of just hanging out, staying up until way too late, drinking bourbon, smoking cigars, sharing stories, having the best time. I mean, I'm never gonna forget this weekend. I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah, I think that's enough of me reminiscing right now about it. Maybe I'll do like a full story episode on it sometime, but I don't think that it's ever going to do it justice. I really don't. I think that the episode that I put out this week is, the culmination of everything that I was able to enjoy and get to be a part of. So I just want to say cheers to everybody that I got to share those moments with. Maybe we have more to come. May they be remembered for years to come. And may we never forget that it's all about the bourbon. Cheers. And that's a good turkey. That's a good turkey. Yes. Auto ban from the stream because somebody's rooting for Duke over Kentucky. I saw that. Hey, fair enough, Brian. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, Dad, that'll happen in the future. We talked about that. That's going to happen. Okay. So, the crux of this week's live stream episode is something cool that I got to be a part of, and I am a part of, that I didn't really even know existed And hey, David Bristol's here. David, I was late too, so it's totally okay. But this week's episode is all about sample chain, which is one of the coolest things that I've ever gotten to be a part of. And so basically, it's a group of us, and we share samples between each other. We're all across the country. You can get 6 or so samples in the mail. Starts at one person, ends at another, and then you get a list of everybody in between who is supposed to be getting them. So I want to say first and foremost, I am a little bit behind on getting my box of samples out, but that will be coming out soon for anybody who's listening or watching, excuse me, and is wondering why I haven't taken care of that yet. It's because I've been busy, and I was away this weekend. If I hadn't been away this weekend, that would have all been taken care of. But, yes. There is no bad turkey. There is no bad turkey. Rarebird can attest to that. And, yeah. Oh, Dad's going to be back. Cool. So, I'm going to start out. Oh, by the way, my box from the sample chain came from Jason Irish, who is hanging out in here tonight. And I am going to start out. Oh, Jason, by the way, Dustin and I, there's one sample that I've already had, and that was the Wild Turkey Forgiven. For anybody who doesn't know, Dustin is on. He is a huge turkey fan, and I'm gonna tell a little story about Dustin too before I get into this. 2 things about Dustin you have to know. One is the kindest soul in the entire world. 2, he would do anything for anybody at any time. And I am very thankful for that guy being in my life. And I appreciate you so much, Dustin. It was his freaking job with some amazing pours while we were at the Bone Inn. So we had a private tasting with Dixon, wherein one of the pours that he had was. Could you wash his car? That's funny, Joseph. Anyway, so Dustin got to try, as I did as well, cheesy gold foil for the first time. Wild Turkey cheesy gold foil. I think it was from 90. I think it was from 1990. And that set off Dustin's dream tasting on behalf of Dixon Deadman, wherein he got to try cheesy gold foil. He got to try a 92 12-year split label turkey 101, as well as a Kentucky Legend that he got to kill a bottle of, also from 92. And seeing the joy and the just pure happiness on his face while he was getting to experience all of those pours at once blew my mind. Dixon even said that was one of his top 5 whiskey drinking experiences of all time, which is just amazing. I mean, how can you want any more from a weekend like that? You can't. And oh, Rarebird, Dave, I will definitely be there. I'll definitely be there. You know that. So, yeah. So, the point of all of that was that I had to share that Wild Turkey Forgiven with Dustin because I figured it was the perfect opportunity to do just that. That being said, I'm not drinking Wild Turkey Forgiven. I am drinking an Elijah Craig pick. It's Bamboozle Small Batch 12-year single barrel pick. So this is a 12-year pick. And everybody knows that Elijah Craig used to be 12 years age stated. That was taken away a couple of years ago. But, and I've not had this yet, of course. It's my first time pouring it, nosing it, tasting it, all that good stuff. So, I'm just happy to be here with you people. I really am. Boy, what a change of pace I went from a slightly older Turkey 101 bottle to this 12-year Elijah Craig pick. Holy moly, that nose. That is an absolutely fantastic nose. It has, of course, those normal bourbon notes that are on there, but I'm picking up like a floral note that I don't normally get from Elijah Craig, or from Heaven Hill, for that matter. It's a little perfumey, but I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. Now, if it tastes perfumey, that's going to be one thing. Did I ever get that 93 8-year 101 Matt Bailey? No, I have not gotten it yet. I'm still on the lookout for a 93 101. So if anybody has any leads, let me know. Let me know. Because I would like to have a 93 Turkey before my birthday this year. So we've got until August. We'll get there. We've got until August. We'll figure it out. All right. I'm going to try this. Again, Jason Irish, thank you for this sample chain box. The rye spice at the end is really nice. There's a really beautiful chocolate note that I'm getting as well. That floralness that I was kind of finding on the nose, I'm not really picking up on the palate, which I think is a really, that's not a bad thing at all. There is an absolute sweetness to it, though, that I find really interesting. Man, that is solid. I kind of usually find that with older Elijah Craig that it has a bit of a kick to it that I don't know if I like. I think it's the heat that's on it. And I don't mind a little bit of heat, but it's kind of overpowering. This definitely doesn't have it. By the way, if there's a little bit of Blanton's that was very perfumey / potpourri. Yeah, it smells like that. It smells like that. A little potpourri-ish. Dave, don't worry about it. We'll find it. We'll get there. Sorry, I'm going through everybody's comments about Dixon. We can all have a crush on him. I mean, the man's amazing. I love him to death. Aw, Matt! No freaking way! Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, that just makes me happy. Thank you, man. Thank you for that. I really, really appreciate that. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. Nah, not a bad bottle of 12-year at all. I really like the palate on it. I think the finish is a little bit short, but I don't mind it. But the palate, it really is where this shines. So a little secret about me. I have a whole bunch of sample bottles that are about half full. So I always wind up pouring about half of them into a Glencairn and then either taking way too long to finish them, or I just kind of forget about them. But I come back to them eventually. But that being said, I am going to hold on to this sample for a while because this is really flipping good. What's everybody saying? David got to help pick an Elijah Craig barrel for a local store. Very nice. I mean, it's truly stand out for the batch. Yeah, or bunch, excuse me. Yep. Monica, I saw him first. What are you talking about? Yes, 94 proof for 12-year, but not barrel proof. Yes. Clifton. Unfortunately, no, I did not buy a Powerball ticket. Gotta be honest with you. Didn't even know that the jackpot was high enough for me to buy a ticket. But, oh well. Better luck next time. Need to add a Cletus moment each week. I don't know about that, Eric. maybe we could have... Is that a weird flip up right there? We could have Cletus Patreon episodes. I think that would be a rip room at the time. But, yeah. Hey, don't everybody leave and go buy a lottery ticket. Just... y'all are killing me. You're killing me. All right, next pick that was given to me by Mr. Jason Irish. I believe. No, not that one. It's right in front of me. Of course it is. Is an Old Weller Antique Wine Room single barrel pick. Jason, do you happen to know whether or not this is non-chill filter? I'm curious. Oh, Monica. Making me blush. Oh, Clifton, it's all good. I mean, that is a lot of bourbon to be bought, but I think I would redo my deck first. I think we'd redo the patio before we... Not too much bourbon. Or we just move out of this house. I don't know. My dad said he was going to be back. Did he ever come back? I don't know. Anyway. No, I'd probably buy a distillery too. Never mind. I'm going to get a sip of water real quick. By the way, this is the most bourbon I've had since Whiskey Weekend. So... you win the lottery, you'll need a graphic designer. Okay, sure. I'll be happy to be your graphic designer. Let me know where, when, and make it happen. Okay, this Weller Antique pick. Sorry, got distracted there for a second. I'm excited for this one. I really, truly am excited for this one. So again, Weller Antique pick. Here we go. What is it that I always say when something's wrong with my nose? Something's wrong with my sniffer. I feel like my sniffer's off. That's what it is. That's what it is. My sniffer's a little off. But, yeah. Oh, your blend's coming along nicely, Swan. Ah. I might have something special for my blend. Might. It's a big secret. Nobody knows about it. Nobody knows about it. I'm not gonna divulge the secrets here. Because it's all supposed to be blind. Dustin's gonna move to Kentucky right next door to me if he wins the lottery. Okay, man. Come on. You know what's funny is that that nose is actually fairly similar to the Elijah Craig. Kind of floral in the same way. I'm really having to dig deep for this. This is weird. Ah, there's the alcohol. There it is. Okay, now I'm picking up... Ooh. Okay, now I'm picking up some citrus on the nose. I'm getting those kind of standard bourbon flavors as well, but... what kind of a glass am I drinking out of? I cannot remember the name of this glass. It's Not got a name on the bottom. But I got this from the Big Blind Bourbon Taste Off back in January. If anybody knows the name of these glasses, please let me know. Please. I would love to know that. That is significantly hotter. It's a little bit dry, too. So one of the really cool things that Dixon taught us is, where are you tasting bourbon on your palate? And I think Chad and Sarah have actually talked about this before. But if you have a bourbon that you consider dry, he said to really think about where you're tasting it. And the reason that you kind of normally get a dry flavor, because you're finding those flavors on the front of your palate, and there's really nowhere for it to go towards the end. So that usually indicates, like if you get some of that up front more and then it dries out towards the end, that means it's more of a wheater, or is a wheater for that matter. But if it's kind of smooth all over, and then a lot of the flavor you get towards the back end of your palate, that indicates a rye bourbon. So keep that in mind, folks. Keep that in mind. My laugh is perfect. Aw, Monica. How many samples am I going to take? Tonight? I don't know. I mean, 5, I guess. I mean, I have 3 more unopened. This was really my second one. Tripod, that's fine. Jack Lord hair. I have had some delicious... oh, by the way, Michael Hassett. Welcome in, my friend. How are you? This is good. This strikes me as kind of less flavorful and the neat taster. Interesting. Okay, fine. Here we go. It's got a little bit less flavor than the Elijah Craig did, which I think is interesting. And I'm intentionally going up in proof because it's just kind of laid out that way, honestly. So that's where you taste dry. Ah, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, for the box. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I haven't decided yet. I did get a whole bunch of sample bottles recently, though. So, I mean, it could be anywhere from 6 to 8 to 10. It just kind of depends on, what I feel. Honestly, oh, I have some recent acquisitions that I think would be really interesting to send out to some folks. But yeah, that's a conversation for later. I can just hit the big bourbon cabinet. You're right. Yeah. Anyway, my point that I was trying to make is that I'm not getting as much flavor from this one as I am, or as I was rather, from the Elijah Craig, which I find really interesting because usually 107 is pretty, it's pretty flavorful. But last year was a bad year, excuse me, for wells they happened in the past. So that's fair. Only have to reload with 6. Okay, fine. Anyway, oh, Clifton wants to be next on the Perry chain. Does that sound weird? Ah, whatever. Yeah, that was good stuff. That was still good. I just found myself being a little bit less impressed by it, I think, than I did the Elijah Craig pick. But anyway. All right, fine. 6 it is. I will do 6 different samples. I guess I just didn't realize that they were that kind of. There was that specific. That the rules were that specific. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. Hey, y'all. Words. I really had to take. So I got off a whiskey weekend, and I was like, I can't do this. And like, you know, when you've had too much bourbon or whiskey, and you get a little bit of heartburn from it, like it kind of, not just in your heart, but it kind of gives you a little bit of an esophagus burn. It was like that for me. So much to the point that I couldn't even drink beer for St. Patrick's Day. So I definitely had to take a couple of days off. Bourbon Sane's here. Hello, Bourbon Sane. How are you, my friend? Chris Tats. Hello, Aussie Chris. Welcome. I didn't even see you were here. Oh my gosh. I didn't know what the rules were, Will. I'm sorry. I feel like I've been saying that to a lot of Wills recently, as I'm sorry and I didn't know. Not just William Pran, but old Will Haynes over the podcast. But that's a story for a different time. So this one, y'all, I'm real excited for this one. Let me tell you, this is Blonde Bros, Let's try that again. Blonde Bros, Old Fangled Nodder Bourbon, 12-year-old, 110 proof. Here we go. Man, I'm excited for this one. So I am pouring this one now into one of my most recent and favorite acquisitions from a friend of mine, friend of Dustin's as well. And this is one of the coolest things I've ever been given. Guys, this is my Perry Port glass. And I'm not really doing Perry Port justice right now, but I still have a couple of bourbons to go, so I wanted to take it a little bit easy. But this is, here, there we go. It says Perry Port on it. This is a thing. This is the new thing, apparently, that is becoming a part of my life. So, I am I'm very happy to have this around. Oh, that nose. Oh. Dark chocolate. The oak on it is really straightforward and enjoyable, though. Excuse me, there's a little bit of alcohol on the nose as well. This is going to sound weird. Grapefruit? Get a little bit of like a citrusy note, and it seems pretty specific to grapefruit, honestly. And I kind of like it. I'm kind of digging it. This is a pretty complex and exciting nose. I mean, I've never smelled anything like this before, I'll say that much. MGP for the win. Nothing bad with MGP. I'll say that much. Anyway. Perry Port glass. Blonde Bros. Old Fangled Nodder Bourbon. As a wise man once said, let's do this. Wow. That is silky. That is a silky mouthfeel. Wow. It's like dark chocolate for sure. Man, everything that I was getting on the palate is really on the nose is really consistent on the palate. Absolutely, 100%. The caramel's coming through a little bit too. And actually to the point of kind of being like a Werther's Original. I'll say that much. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Daggone. I might be ISO a bottle of Blonde Bros while thinking about it at 12 years. So, who's to say? Oh, Big Feet's is leaving. Bye, Cruz. Sorry, you gotta go. Anyway, what's going on in the chat? Anything interesting? I know some of y'all are leaving for the New Orleans Bourbon Festival tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'm sorry that y'all are up a little bit later than anticipated. I know I screwed up. But I think my dad did get a little bit lost brain. This is very reminiscent of the Bellmead Cast Strength Reserve that was number 7 on my list last year of best bourbons of 2018. It seems like it could be related to it. Like it's very close. Where the Bellmead goes a little bit lighter and sweeter, not by much, but just distinctly enough. This goes darker and a little bit heavier, but man, this is fantastic. You know what it reminds me of? And I think some of that has to do, excuse me, some of that has to do with the mouthfeel. Kind of reminds me of like those chocolate ice cream pops. You know what I'm talking about? Like the, I think they're on the stick, on the popsicle stick, and they're not quite popsicles, but they're like kind of, you get what I'm saying. Like it has that same flavor. It has that same kind of, that kind of creaminess to it, I guess, that is familiar with those. By the way, I'm sorry that we're already heading towards 10 o'clock. I'm going to try my hardest to go the full hour. I know we still got about 20 minutes left before we get there. But we're going to get through this together. Apologies. Alright, my hair is crazy tonight. What's going on? Oh, Fudgesicle! Thank you! Thank you! That's what they're called. Why couldn't I think of Fudgesicle? Yes, absolutely. Aw, Clifton. Not coming to Kentucky in April? That makes me sad. Michael said he bought the Bellmead Cast Strength after National Drum Review, but now we'll crack it open after my reaction. Like I said, number 7 on my top 10 of 2018. So I don't think you can go wrong with that pour. And I wish that I had another bottle of it. I had 2, and I opened one. What's happening? I think it does too, Adam. I think it does too. Look, I'm not like a big chocolate ice cream fan, and this is just what that reminds me of. That being said, though, I think that this has a really, really great flavor profile to it. I think the palate's phenomenal. It's just the mouthfeel that I'm not totally on board with. That's just me. That's just me. Yeah, that's a good point. I like it. This is yummy. That's good stuff. Okay. So my last two, they are both Four Roses single barrel store picks. They're both the E recipe. Sorry, I get it backwards sometimes, but they're both the E recipe. Well, one is the V yeast strain, and the other is the K. The V is 111.8 proof at 10 years, 6 months. And the other one I'm going to have to do really quick math on, 117.6. That's the quickest fast math I've ever done. Not maybe ever, but in a while. So my computer did not like the fact that I just put a sample bottle down on top of it. Where's my water bottle? Okay. I gotta clean out some glasses first, and then we'll move on. By the way, anybody hasn't gotten their tickets yet to the Women of Bourbon live show? There are 3 left. And for anybody who already has, you might have a surprise coming. And I'm not quite allowed to say just yet because it hasn't been confirmed. Oh, dadgummit. Got ice in there. But there might be another special guest. There very well might be. So I'm not going to say too much just yet because I'm still waiting on confirmation. But either for anybody who was still on the fence or anybody who is still excited about it and had a little bit more that they were curious about, just that's a little tease for you. I'm just going to say, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you yet. You will be surprised. And that's all I'm going to say. Swanee, everybody say thank you to Swan for being here, for being the moderator for the night as well. He's a wonderful young man who does a lot for me. I say young man, he's not that much younger than I am. And I'm young. So, you know, be that as it may. Anyway, bye, Swan. Thank you. Okay. So, let's get down to brass tacks. Or the nitty-gritty. Whatever. Is it Chad in a wig? No, it's not Chad in a wig. I'll say that much. That would be really funny, actually. That would be hilarious. Chad will be there, though. Chad will be there with Sarah. So, just keep that in mind. I think that Chad and Sarah are going to be at the meetup the night before as well. So, I'm still kind of working on a couple of details for that weekend, but I'm pretty sure that they will be there as well for the meetup the night before. Anyway, so anybody who wants to know, I have the OESV on the left there, and I'll have the OESK on my right. And I just want to say again, thank you so much. Listen to Jason Irish for sending me these awesome samples. This has been a lot of fun. I just freaking love getting whiskey mail, and some samples because, then I get to try a bunch of different stuff. It's like going to OBC and to your favorite bourbon boy, and I'm stalling because I can't get the tape off of this last sample bottle. But I think that's what one of the coolest things in the world is about trying different samples, and that's why what Dustin does is so cool and so important, is that it's all about being able to share and sending samples out to folks who may not be able to have gotten them or try them or whatever. It's very important. So, did I make Chad buy a ticket? No, I did not make Chad buy a ticket. Monica just said, no, it's not going to be Dixon. I'm sorry. I will try to get Dixon there, though. I will try very hard. He's not going to be the extra guest that's going to be on, but I might be able to swing Dixon being there that weekend. That's just, we'll see. Better get to hang with him this weekend. Oh, we get to hang with him this weekend. Good night, David. Hope you have a good night. Takes a brave man to send Perry samples. Yeah, please. Look, I'm always trying new stuff, and a one-time thing. And that's why trying so many different things is important. So, what does it take to send Perry a bottle? Brandon, you have the answer to that. Yeah, yes you did, Brandon. You did indeed. All right, okay. Now that I'm all set up. Dustin, we can still make that happen. I mean, it's not like I live that far away from Dixon. So, okay. So on my left, I have the 10-year-old 111.8 proof OESV, and on my right, I have the 9-year, 9-month 114.6. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to start with 111. No, Adam, I can't pick it up from Liquor Point. Don't tell people that. I don't have... Jeez. All right. Oh, that nose. Oh, that nose. I just want to live in it. I just want to live inside that nose. This is one of the best Four Roses picks I've ever had. I'm just going to flat out say it. I don't have any... Wow, that is so good. The dark balances with light. There's a really nice, interesting honey note that kind of comes in between there. The finish is really long and has a little bit of heat and power to it, but nothing that I'm fighting with. So that is a really, really good pick. Man, OESV. Matt, I will definitely hit you up, buddy. We'll chat soon. I'm gonna live forever. I can't do my Grease voice right now. I was able to do it a couple days ago, but I've kind of lost that aspect. But ASK, not so much on the nose and everything, but still good though. Good. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. I think I'm gonna have to give it to the OASV though. I really do. That is some fabulous stuff. I think that about does it for me. I need to hop off of here. I want to say thank you all so much for sticking around with me. I know that it was a little bit of a shaky start, but thank you all so much for everything you do. Check out this week's episode if you've not done it already. At my Bourbon Pod if you're not following me on social media. PerryRitter.bandcamp.com is where I have my music. I don't know why I plugged that. At PRitter1492 is where I am personally. Where else? Bourbonshop.threadless.com is where you can find all of our apparel and merch. 5-star rate and review on iTunes. Patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. For as little as $1 a month, you can help the show keep going. I think that about does it. Thank you all so much for being here this week. I'll see you next week with Mash and Drum. Stay tuned for that. But until then, I'm Perry, and this is my Bourbon Podcast live stream. Bye, y'all.